Hello everyone, it's Tay of Shantae Plans and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will be flipping through my February monthly and weekly spreads from 2023 and 2024. My 2023 planner is a B6 planner. It is coiled. It is the undated B6 coil planner from Sadie Stickers, and so it's really awesome because it comes with a very blank format and I can decorate the monthly and weekly pages with stickers. Same thing for my 2024 planner, except it is a rings planner, and so the pages of my planner, they are from Sadie Stickers as well. These are her B6 undated monthly and weekly inserts, and so just in case you're wondering what it looks like on a blank page, this is what the blank monthly page looks like. And I did have mine customized because the standard way that monthly pages are formatted is with the header at the top. I had mine flipped so that the header is at the bottom because it is my preference for the way that I like to decorate my monthly spreads. And then the weekly layout, which has the columns for each of the days in the standard B6 formatting. So that is the decorative planner that I am using for 2024, and I'm really enjoying the rings because it allows me to take the pages out of my planner and lay them flat on my desk when I'm planning, which is really awesome because I use a lot of stickers for layering. And in my coil planner, it got super thick. So I do sometimes miss being in a coil planner, I think because I'm just so used to it. I've been using a coil planner for like the last 3-4 years now, so but I am very much enjoying being in rings. Anywho, all of that out of the way, let's get into flipping through these spreads. Let's start with our February monthly for 2023, which was incredibly Valentine's Day themed. This is a spread using a journaling kit from Sadie Stickers, and it was very strong on the Valentine's theming of this. For me, when I think about February and when it comes to my monthly, I think a lot about Valentine's and romance because my wedding anniversary is also in the month of February. And then I also think about Black History Month, and so I will typically include a quote from like a Black history maker, which I have here. This one from Maya Angelou, which I really love. That sticker is from Paper Trail Plans. It was a collaboration that I did with Paper Trail Plans a couple of years ago, and I really love including that on my February monthly spread because I tend to lean a lot into the Valentine's Day thing, but then I still get a chance to acknowledge and celebrate Black History Month on my monthly spread as well. So really happy with how this came out. This was also when I realized I didn't have any stickers that said wedding anniversary and immediately ordered some right after I finished doing this spread this year, which you will see on my 2024. I actually do have a wedding anniversary sticker, which is so cute. That sticker is also from Paper Trail Plans. And my monthly spread for 2024 was also using a kit from Sadie Stickers, but this kit was actually one of her decorative kits. I think this was called the August. Sometimes with her kits, she names them after months. Like she'll have a monthly release, and she'll do a weekly kit, a decorative kit, and a journaling kit that are all available in her shop. And I remember seeing this and I loved how festive and pretty this was. I went to a Galentine's planner meetup in February and there were tons of fun events and activities that we did at the event. It was a really fun planner party. And then kind of towards the end, we just kind of relaxed and sat around talking and planning. And that was when I got started planning this spread. And I was so happy that I'd brought this kit with me. I was really happy with the choice to do this one for February. This is definitely a departure from the very Valentine's-y red and pink theme that I used in 2023. But I'm really glad that I decided to try something a little bit different. I think it came out beautifully. I really love all of the sort of festive elements with all of the cakes and cupcakes, or the decor. The whole thing just feels very festive and celebratory. I thought that even though it didn't have necessarily this like traditional Valentine's colors, I think it still came across as very romantic and beautiful and really sweet. Also pulled in some of the lovebirds from Paper Trail Plans, as well as some hearts. I think the hearts are from Sadie Stickers and the butterflies are from Sadie Stickers as well. Another one of those Black History Month quotes from Paper Trail Plans. and I'm very, very happy with how this came out. Also, this fashion doll from TaylorMade Creative Planning, her whole vibe, she just feels like just such an old-fashioned, cute little doll, and I thought she brought a lot of personality to this spread and really set the tone for it. So really happy with how this spread came together. And for my first weekly spread of 2024, this is a kit from the Ink Paper Plan Advent Calendar. I remember seeing this kit, and I think originally I thought that it felt very spring, and I didn't think I was actually going to get around to using this kit until about April. And so it was really interesting. I was sitting down, getting ready to plan, and one of the things that has been such a strong impulse for me this year is trying to get away from that feeling of what I think I should be doing in my planner. And with this one, it just was a lot about feeling like, oh, I just want to plan with whatever makes me feel inspired that week. And that was the mood I was in when I sat down to plan with this kit, and I'm so glad I did. I had the absolute best time creating this scene at the bottom, using alcohol ink swatches, and then the rocks and the lily pads and florals and things that were in the kit, whole lotus flowers. The whole look of it was just absolutely amazing. I also really enjoyed pulling in the color wash stickers for the sidebars. I created dual sidebars for this spread, so there's a sidebar on each side, and that beautiful lavender color in the background just adds such a nice touch to this spread, and I just think this came out absolutely lovely. Definitely one of my favorite spreads of this year so far. Unfortunately, because this was in her advent calendar, it's not a part of her shop, and so that's the only thing I do feel really sad about, because I had a lot of people message me about this kit, and I was like, yeah, it absolutely is gorgeous, but it was a part of her advent, and so it's not in the shop, but was really fun to plan with, and hopefully she comes out with something kind of similar to this. In fact, while it's definitely not the same thing in terms of having like the long lily pad stickers and like that element to it, I got this kit from Sadie Stickers, and this is her flowers kit, and this is in her shop. It's available, and what caught my attention was this double full box here that had the rocks and the water stream, because that was so much a part of what I really enjoyed playing around with in creating this scene at the bottom of this spread. And I thought that this had the potential to give me the opportunity to create something fun like that in a scene. It's got long florals, which aren't obviously not lily pads, but it does have really beautiful alcohol ink swatches to pair with it. And I think that the potential to create a really amazing scene is here with this. I really love the rocks, the bench, the what is that? I keep wanting to call it posted mailbox. That's the word. But I really like the rock scenes and stuff here. And it doesn't have to be necessarily specifically a water scene, because I know whenever I do get a chance to use this particular kit, I'm absolutely going to take this deco and use it to create a scene, because the clip art just gives so much to work with. And I think that was one of the things that I was really wanting to share, because I knew I was getting a lot of comments of people really wanting this kit and really liking the opportunity to do something fun and create a really cool scene with it. And I think you can do that with a lot of different kits. It doesn't have to be one specific kit. I think if you are trying to play around with creating scenes in your spreads, definitely pay attention to the clip art that's in the kit and see if there are elements in the clip art that would allow you to pull them together to create a fun scene. And that's kind of what I look for when I know I'm going to approach a spread in that way. Hope that helps. For our first spread of 2023, this is so interesting. That's really funny that I ended up doing that in both of these spreads. I think that's been the coolest thing about doing this flip through, where I'm flipping through both 2023 and 24 at the same time, because it allows me to compare week by week what I was doing from one year to the next. And it is really funny to me that there actually are similarities in the way I think about my spreads and the way I approach them, the way I approach each week of the year is really starting to dawn on me. I noticed that last month when I was flipping through January, and now I feel like this is kind of the same thing again, because this was another situation where I felt like I was going into February and these colors, I was really intimidated to use this kit because of the lime green that was in it. It felt very spring to me, and I was very nervous that I was gonna jump into spring too quickly for February, and then it wouldn't feel like February, and then I'd be like, oh, that's a bit much. But I can tell you I have zero regrets. I really enjoyed planning with this. I pulled in, I love this fence at the bottom. This was from the Pretty Pink Co. This was back when I was still doing what are these, like the sideways sidebar? I think that's what we were calling those. And not that I don't still like them, I just haven't done one in a long time. But I really liked them because it allowed me to create a sidebar in more of a landscape. And I think the reason I kind of stopped doing it is because I started doing the sidebar going across like the center of the page, which gave me that same like landscape sidebar effect, but just more room to do it, because now I'll do it across 2 pages. But oh man, this was so much fun to plan with. I really enjoyed the colors. And I think coming out of winter, by the time I get to February, I start really craving having some brighter, more fun colors in my planner. And that's where I think the inspiration for wanting to use this kit last year came from. I've been really mindful about color in 2024 and really just wanting to make sure I bring in as much color as possible, because I've learned that about myself. And I think these flip throughs have been really helpful in me getting a chance to see kind of what connects with me and what I really enjoy about my planner. And that way I'm able to incorporate the things I'm really liking. I definitely would like some input. Let me know down in the comments, because last month when I was doing my flip through, I talked a lot just about the different like techniques and the way I approached my planning style, but not so much about the plans or the memories or what's like written in the planner. I don't know which is of more interest to you guys for me to talk about the stickers and what I like about them, the different techniques I was using, how I like to format my planner. If that's more of what you would like from the commentary in these flip throughs, or if you'd like to hear more about what was happening during that week, because this was a really fun week. This was like the best week last year. This was the week I got a chance to meet Rachel in person. And so this was such a fun week. This was the week I went to the Galentine's Planner meetup last year. And it was just really a lot of fun, which is literally exactly what I did this week. Again, I was just at a different planner meetup in 2024, because I went to a Galentine's planner party on the 3rd of February this year. But this one was in California, which was amazing because it was obviously much more local and a lot easier for me to get to. And I ended up finding an amazing planner meetup group that I am really looking forward to attending more planner parties and meetups with this group. So definitely a great week for both of these years. So let me know down in the comments what type of commentary it is you guys want to know. I'm going to try to mix a little bit of both in this video, because I honestly don't know what to say. That's probably like the most accurate way to describe that. I don't really know what to say. Moving into the second week of 2023, this was a kit that I got at the Galentine's Planner meetup that I was at in 2023. This kit is from Missy Meow, and it was such a gorgeous kit. My only regret in using this kit was that I did not wait to use it in fall. And the only reason I regret that is because by the second half of the year, we were getting a lot more vintage foil themed stickers, which I think would have complemented this kit so well. Like at the time, I didn't have music note stickers. I didn't really have the typewriter stickers, the coffee ring stickers. There's so many different elements and things I would have included and paired with this kit if I had just waited to use it. And that is something I am trying to get a lot better at this year, because I don't always have patience. I see a kit, get excited, and then I think sometimes I also feel like, oh well, I just got this new kit, I should use it right away. And so I'm learning to work on that perspective because it does not always serve me the best. And this was definitely one of those situations. I think I could have done a better job if I had waited and gotten in some of the different sticker accents. That would have just made this kit so amazing. But I did have a lot of fun playing around with the elements that I did use on this spread. I loved adding the month script to the typewriter and the sidebar. I thought that was so much fun. It's also starting to get into photo strips. They were really becoming a theme at that time last year. Really loved all of the foil elements, including those like swirly foil like dividers. I also have the washi length version sticker of that. It's also from Missy Meow. Such a cute sticker. I love it. I really like it. That solid line with the dotted line, super cute. But this absolutely a gorgeous kit, and I don't think there was too much going on this time last year. This was February. I had actually was getting ready to start wrapping things up because I think this was around the time that I had just gotten my job offer, and I was wrapping up my 2 weeks notice at my old job, and I was going to be leaving it soon, very happily, because I don't miss my old job, not even a little bit. Like ever. Moving into the second week of 2024. So this, such a special kit, such a the hard thing to plan for me. This was easily the most difficult spread for me to plan for this month, and now it's all due to self-imposed pressure and expectations. So this kit is from TaylorMade Creative Planning. This is the I Am the Dream kit. And this was a kit that I collaborated with TaylorMade Creative Planning to create. And it was such an honor. She reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to collaborate on creating a Black History Month kit, and the opportunity to celebrate my culture and to create something special. To do that, I was deeply honored, and originally said no. It's like, I don't have any ideas. I have no idea what to do about this. And because I felt like it had been done, and it had been done incredibly well. I've seen some amazing Black History Month kits in the planner community. But I was thinking about how I approach February, and the first thing is I am color picky in my planner, and a lot of Black History Month kits that I've seen, the color palette wasn't necessarily a good match for me and my planning style. And so the first thing I told her was because I was trying to give her a warning, okay, before we go forward, you have to know the kind of crazy you're dealing with, because it's gonna have to be pink, and most of the Black History Month kits that I've seen have not been pink. And so I wanted to give her as many outs as possible. Look, it's gonna need to be pink. And then and the more I was thinking about it, the more I realized what I really wanted to. I felt like one of the ways to really acknowledge and celebrate my culture and history and the sacrifices of all the people who've come before me was to acknowledge the legacy and the dreams that they had, that this generation gets to live out, that they were not able to. And that was where the concept of I Am the Dream came from, because they sacrificed so much so that we could live the lives that we get to live today. And that is not to say that everything is totally perfect now. But I certainly live and exist with certain freedoms that people fought and sacrificed their lives for, that I absolutely appreciate, and I wanted to put that into celebrating Black History Month. That was the thought that I had, and I shared that with Monica of TaylorMade Creative Planning, who is just one of the most talented kit designers that I've come across in the planner community. She took that idea and made it incredible, and so I was super nervous because the kit was so amazing. She had done such a great job creating it. And I was just like, I have to do this kit justice. I have to create a spread that's not terrible. And so I was like, no pressure, all the pressure. But I love the details. I love the symbolism. I love so many little elements in here. I loved that she'd included the continents. So I took a little foiled sticker and marked a path going from Africa to North America. I also pulled in this long book washi sticker down at the bottom. That is from Sadie Stickers, because there were so many great book elements just in the full boxes and the details that she included in the kit, and then also just with it sort of being like history, like a history book. That was the concept of pulling that in. And I loved that little girl. There were amazing fashion dolls that were created by the other members of the PR team for TaylorMade Creative Planning that were a part of this collab. And the only thing I'm sad about is that I was not able to include literally all of those fashion dolls. As I was starting to plan this, there was so much in the kit and in the clip art. I wasn't sure how to like work in all the dolls, but I was like, you know what, that's okay. Those dolls are fabulous. I will use them in future spreads. Trust and believe, because they are amazing. And the whole PR team did such an amazing job working on this. This is a kit that I am very, very proud of. This is a spread that I'm very proud of, and it makes me really happy every time I look at it. I love what it stands for, and I love the meaning behind this spread, and I just think this is a kit and a spread that I am very proud of. I am so very grateful to Monica for giving me the opportunity to be a part of something so special and to get a chance to, in my own small way, to honor the legacy of those that have gone before me. And this is something that I really love this spread, and it just has so much meaning for me. It's just a wonderful way to celebrate Black History Month. Moving on to the third week of February. This kit is also from TaylorMade Creative Planning, and this is the Allure kit. And I remember hauling this kit and knowing instantly I was going to use this for my Valentine's week spread. It was just like all the pink, the butterflies, like everything about it was just, this kit is almost like it was tailor-made for me. Which I guess is not like the hardest thing in the world to do. You throw in pink and some butterflies and you've got Tay. And rose gold foil, and and that's like Tay's trifecta, okay? It is really easy to just like lure me in. Pink, butterflies, and rose gold foil, you got me. And and it was just the clip art, the images, everything about it. And it also gives me like Bridgerton vibes, and and I probably should just say like old fashioned type vibes. I have no idea what era to refer to that as, so like Baroque era or whatever. But I think also I just watch a lot of Bridgerton, and so anything that feels old fashioned-y, immediately my brain goes Bridgerton. But I remember sitting down to plan this week, and the one thing I knew I wanted to create was this frame going around the center of the page. And so we've got the dual sidebars. So we've got our sidebars on each side, and again, use those color washes from Paper Trail Plans. And then I also pulled in the pink washi strips from Paper Trail Plans. And I used that to create a border, and then layered the foil washi on top of it. It's from Sadie Stickers. And so it just gave it just this really cute foil pop. And I love that. The garland stickers also from Sadie Stickers. And I love the detail that adds to this. Just it felt so elegant and romantic, which I think is the entire vibe of this whole spread. And the details are absolutely amazing. This was incredibly fun to plan. And there's just so many things I love about it. This was one of those where when I was finished planning it, I just had a really good time just like staring at this spread. It was just the absolute, like the prettiest thing ever. Also played around with adding some detail to the center around the rings area. That is a really fun area to get a chance to decorate, because being in a coil planner previously, it wasn't something that was just a part of my planning before, and now it's like a whole area of the page that I can now add things to. This was a good week. It was my 1-year work anniversary. I started my new job last year on the 13th of February, and then the 14th was Valentine's Day. Ink Paper Plan reopened her shop this week, which was a really exciting thing. She had been taking a break, so I was very glad to have her shop back. And I think that was pretty much it. This was an interesting week because I think I wasn't feeling my best this week. Yeah, I was feeling a little bit sick. And then I kind of just like ended up resting over the weekend. It was, oh God, oh yeah, it's all coming back to me now. Yeah, because I started getting sick this week and then I was sick the entire next week. But we'll get to that in a second. Let's jump back to 2023 and take a look at the Valentine's week spread from 2023. This is Valentine's 2023, and this was a spread using a kit from the Sweet Planner. This is one of my favorite spreads from 2023. Definitely in my top 10 from last year. I loved planning with this kit. I definitely embraced the whole girliness of Valentine's week. It allows me to thoroughly indulge in my love of all things pink, and this kit just was, it was so beautiful, very feminine. I really loved the fashion doll that came with it, and I'm also really happy with how I did that sidebar. And I think it's interesting because it kind of feels like a very simple sidebar. You've just got the full box and then the deco at the top. But I really loved that a lot of times I would do a full separation of, like, there'd be a section for the month script, a section for the full box, a section for the deco, and it would be broken into like a lot of parts in my sidebar. And I felt like this one was only broken into 2 parts because I combined the deco and the month script section, and I kind of visually that breakup of that section into 2 parts instead of 3 parts was something visually I really enjoyed about that. This was also at a time when I was very much into doing date cover deco, and I was so happy with how that came out. It's a really good mix of foil plus the clip art, and I really liked the heart washi going across the top. Just so pretty. Love all of the lace elements and like the florals and different things that just are dispersed throughout the spread, as well as all the cute little hearts. It just feels quite lovely. And this was also a really good week for me because it was I was done at my old job, a place where I was very not happy working, and I had started something new and was really enjoying everything that I was getting a chance to learn, and my new job is just a lot better. I work in finance, which might not be interesting to a lot of people because it's just a lot of working with numbers and math and all of that type of stuff, but I really enjoy it. It makes me happy, and it's very interesting because one of the things I feel like I've always found with my brain and the way I process things is because I am very analytical, and I really do love math and science and numbers and all of that type of stuff. But I feel like it's always, for me, finding that balance, because when I lean into that part of the things that I really love, like, my brain is always looking for a creative balance to like balance it out. And so having that be my job, I feel like helps me be more creative when it comes to my hobby, because I'll get home from work and then my brain is going, okay, now I just want to decorate something. And so I feel like it ends up being just like a perfect mix for me. So yeah. That's how that works. Moving on to our next spread. Oh, this was so dreamy. This is the Aura kit. This is from Sadie Stickers, and this was released in 2022. And I remember that because it came out kind of towards the end of spring 2022, and I'd purchased the kit. And I remember when it came in, it was like we were going right into summer, and I was like, darn it, I got this so late in the season. I'm not going to get a chance to use this in 2022. And I held on to it, and I was like, doesn't matter. As soon as we get to 2023, I am absolutely going to use this kit. I was so in love with this clip art, and I just think it's amazing. And I remember in early February reaching out to Paper Trail Plans and letting them know I really need some cloud stickers, some foiled cloud stickers. And they made both foiled cloud stickers and those colorful transparent matte cloud stickers, which I was so glad they did. It was such a great idea, and I love layering the two together because I think visually it just looks amazing. So you get the foil cloud layered on top of the transparent matte one. And I had asked them for it because I knew I wanted to use this kit, and it's just absolutely perfect. This was such a fun spread to plan. It just felt very dreamy and whimsical and fantastical. And I think sometimes just getting a chance to plan a spread that just isn't set in like realism, something that just feels fun and playful is something I just really enjoy doing in my planner. This was also the week of my wedding anniversary. Oh, sweet. And this was such a special week. My parents retired and moved down south to take care of my grandpa after my grandma passed a couple of years ago, and so they weren't in California with me anymore, and that is something that has not been the easiest adjustment for me because I've grown up with my parents never being more than a 30-minute drive away, and so it had been, you know, definitely an adjustment to have them living states away from me. And my husband surprised me and flew them in for our anniversary, and so we're sitting at our anniversary dinner with our friends and family, and in walks my parents, and it just shocked. I was stunned. Literally, like the expression too stunned to speak. I was flabbergasted. I was like, my brain couldn't compute what was happening. This is just like, that's my parents, but that can't be my parents because they're not gonna be here because they don't live in the same state. It was the most surreal and most amazing moment, and like the best, most romantic gift ever. And I was surprised that between the three of them, they kept that a surprise because my father is terrible at surprises. And my husband and I aren't not much better. We are I think he does better than I do. I'm terrible at surprises. I got that from my dad. I got that honest. Where it's like, it's hard to not just like ruin the surprise. And then what was funny, because I didn't realize it while it was happening, because I talked to my mom on the phone a lot, because we're not in the same state. So it's like, that's how I keep in touch with my mom. And so that whole week leading up to it, the week before, she would like, I would call her and she would like rush me off the phone, and I wasn't understanding why. And I'm like, what is going on with her? And then afterward, she was like, I couldn't talk to you because I was afraid I was going to ruin it. And it was so funny, which I'm so glad, because she absolutely would have ruined the surprise, which is why she refused to talk to me on the phone the entire week before. So I commend her for that, because she would have absolutely ruined that surprise. And our last spread for this flip through, and now I am truly starting to see, I am someone who definitely has a pattern when it comes to my planning for the month of February that I did not know. Because here we go again with another very magical, very whimsical, very not set in realism type spread. This one literally has fairies. Can you get more imaginary than that? This is like, what? So this is the magical kit. This is from Sadie Stickers. This was one of the kits that we got in her advent calendar. And I remember seeing this and opening this up in the advent calendar and being really excited about this kit, because I love it. I love things that are very whimsical and fantastical, because you get to play around with things that just, they don't have to be set in any level of realism when you're decorating. And what I mean by that, so like in this sidebar here, I've got the little fairy, and she's sitting on top of a cloud, and there are petals falling down from this tree into her lap, and it's just like so much fun to do. And it's like, well, who just sits on a cloud. Well, she can, because it doesn't have to be like based in anything like realistic, and like the placement doesn't have to be anything we would like normally think of, right? And then this one, she's like sitting on water, and there's little mushrooms around her, and it's all just fun and fantasy, and I loved that. Also, it's this kid had tons of butterflies in it, which, I mean, yeah, absolutely adore those. This was just so much fun to plan, and I originally was not thinking of using this kit in the month of February. I think I had a totally different kit picked out for this week, and then I sat down to plan this week, and it wasn't clicking for me. And I'm so glad that I changed my mind and decided to go with this one, because this felt fun, and it felt natural, and it flowed really easily. And that's what I've learned, that if I'm using a kit and I don't feel inspired, it becomes really difficult for me to plan. And so I've really learned how to just be mindful of the type of mood I'm in, and that way I can plan a spread that makes me happy. This was definitely a difficult week for me, because I was feeling sick, but also, as I said before, I work in finance, and as you're getting towards the end of the month, if you work in finance, what you have to do is get ready to close the books for the month, and things get really busy as you go towards the end of the month. So it's just like the worst timing in the world to be sick. This week was super difficult at work, and the following week as well, but that's fine. I took the day off that Monday, and then Tuesday I was working from home, but I was still sick, which is why there's really not much written on that day, because I think I worked, and then afterwards I just went to bed. I got in some Happy Mail. Oh, I did that bullet journal cover, which was so fun. It was creating that little interactive wheel. That was a ton of fun. I have got to edit that video and upload it, because I did actually film myself doing that. I just haven't had a chance to actually do any editing. And then it was my wedding anniversary. Had a dinner date with B, which was so romantic. And this one was simple. This year was very simple. It's just the two of us, and I was really happy with last year with the big party and the surprise and all of that, but I'm happy either way with like large gathering with friends and family, or when it's just the two of us. Both of those are just really special and wonderful. And yeah, really happy with all of my February spreads. I did stop here. So this week ends on the 25th of February. There is technically one more week going through the 29th of February, which I did not plan, and I'm not gonna plan, and I've skipped and moved all the way on to March. And in 2023, I set a goal for myself to complete planning every single week of the year, which I did, and I'm very proud of myself. It was a lot of work, and I'm really proud of what I accomplished in that planner. I did not set that goal for 2024, and I will not set that goal for myself probably ever again. And and again, it's just really learning that this for me is a hobby. I do not want anything about this to feel like work for me ever again. And that was a hard lesson for me to learn last year, because I feel like it impacted even the way I would talk about my planner. Oh, I'm behind. Oh, I'm not caught up. Oh, I'm not doing this, that, and the other. And I'm like, what are you doing to yourself? This is supposed to be your hobby. And I absolutely refuse to ever do that to myself again. It's so I'm not behind. I'm not lacking anything. What I did is what I did, and what I didn't do ain't happening. So that's what's that's what's going down in this planner from henceforth and forward and forever. My planner will always be caught up, because wherever I'm at, that's where I'm gonna start, and that's what's gonna get planned. I refuse to ever do that to myself again. So it'll be interesting as we go through and continue to do these flip throughs, because I feel like for the first couple of months I've been able to do I did 4 weekly spreads for January, I did 4 weekly spreads for February. I think I'll probably still end up doing 4 spreads for March. We'll see what happens there. But as we go forward, I know once we get to around end of April going into May, June, my schedule starts getting a little bit busier over the summer and stuff. So I'll be interested to see what I'm able to actually get into this planner. And what I do get to plan, I will definitely be sharing in these flips throughs. And if the pages are blank, we'll just skip past them and move on to the next spread. and I'm gonna be happy with that, because I'm truly enjoying making this something that is something I do for fun and not something that feels like a job. Anyways, stepping down off of that little soapbox rant. Thank you all for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed this flip through. I would love to know which of these spreads were your favorite. I don't even think, oh wait, I'm like, can I pick a favorite? Oh God. Oh man, it's really hard. It's really hard to choose a favorite. I love this. I loved making this scene. This one, I was truly surprised when I got this down, because I knew what I was thinking in my head, and then to see it come alive on paper, that was just like such an incredible moment for me. I really love that spread. Same thing with this one. With this frame idea, I knew what I had in my head, and trying to get it out on the page was something that I wasn't sure I was going to be able to execute the way I saw it in my head. And the fact that I was able to is something I really love about these two spreads, was like actually getting the idea down on the page. But it is so hard to pick a favorite. I really love all of these spreads. If I had to pick a favorite from 2023, yeesh, this one just, I love this spread. I love this Valentine's Day spread. I think it might be easier actually for me to pick a favorite from 2023. I think this is definitely my favorite from 2023. The Valentine's Week spread. I really love the way this one came out. And from 2024, I haven't got a clue. Not a single clue which one is my favorite. So let me know which one is yours, and we'll just go with that. Thank you for watching. I hope you're all having an amazing day, and I will see you next video.